15th, 2026. Please be aware that this meeting is audio recorded and open to the public. Will all members of the committee please state their name for the record?
Taylor Dees. Taylor Blythe.
Logan Alexander.
And Molly Murphy is chair. Any members of the present?
Timer squad.
Kayla Aurora.
Any members of the present? I did it again! Oh my gosh, any members of the public who are present? They're already here. Okay, awesome. We're gonna move into interviews. Our first one is at 10:45. Amazing. So we got a little time. Oh my gosh, I did it again! That's so bad. I need to like practice before I come in next time. Jerome, I keep saying any members of the present instead of any members of the public.
How do you know you guys right now?
Yeah.
One Jerome.
Oh god.
I wish I had a This isn't even my whole.
What do you mean trusted domains? Where is this file?
What?
Just things with the next cloud. I'm trying to figure that out.
Okay.
Aaron's not here.
Did you get the Coolify login I sent you via your email?
I didn't check my email today.
Okay. That was like yesterday midday, I believe, when I sent that to you. Environment variables. Big. Resource. Is it on the resource options? How do I? Is there a chance you can log on with the thing I sent you? I'm having trouble doing it off my phone.
Oh yeah.
Thanks. That's the one. Instead of like your password. I don't need to see that. That's just for you.
Okay.
That's a good question.
He is.
I was gonna say, I think he is.
We just
Bruh. Are we for real?
He's literally chocolate. Oh, really?
Are we serious? Are we serious?
Like,
I'm just gonna ask.
just confirm you don't hold any other exclusionary positions.
Like, bruh. Then we have one applicant who applied for engineering and sophomore, which like,
Yeah, that's.
Wait. Oh, right.
we is. So I'm gonna have to ask about
Wait, I think I know who that is.
Okay, baby.
He was on Python.
Okay, cute. So fun.
I don't
I don't know why it's this machine. It's this machine. I just skip setup actually. You need to skip setup. That way that works, and then you should have access to. Do I have you on? No, have you on?
I think the rest of
team?
them are fine.
Thought I gave you root access. Shouldn't you have? Give me a sec. Wait.
Oh, wait, we can close all this stuff.
Because I have access to the root one, but I should. Why aren't you on the? You should be on the root team. Members. Ties. Let me see if I can
Well,
do
you
that
grab
to the
it.
project if that works. Settings.
And good job. Go do it.
Yeah.
Yay!
Where do we think he's at?
Probably
I'm just waiting.
somewhere. Yep.
Go on mission.
You got it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Jonah. Just yells.
Here.
Who was that?
I want to say it was Tommy Armstrong.
It was that and Blackford was also the same thing.
That feels right.
Like.
Oh, he's
Why are you
definitely
not
not
able to see
upstairs.
it?
Oh my god.
I really don't think he's upstairs.
This is one of Cheetah's ever walked looking for people.
In total.
In total.
Maybe. It's like you should be on the. EB doesn't have access to it. Can you go back a sec? Make sure you're on
Yes,
tie.
I will,
Okay,
sure.
I see. Click ties 1, 1, 2, 1,
It's
14. And switch to
21
routine.
OT.
That should do it. And now
As in
make
second
server
floor.
over there. Now just like once you get in there, the next cloud, not the Maria, next cloud. And then just restart, and that should do it. Yeah, that should do it now.
Jonah's not usually late.
I know, this is shocking.
Oh, what is it?
Hmm?
Are they supposed to say
Yeah, that's supposed to say that. And that's just, and right now you redeployed it. The support is just like if we ever want to, like, we don't need to. The only thing it does, it gets us support if we ever need it, but
Okay,
like,
wait, the crazy
we don't
thing is,
need
as
it.
I was parking my car,
Yeah.
you were, like, walking to the stairwell.
Oh my gosh.
I swear you're.
He might have a phone interview.
Oh.
I was opening that earlier and I totally forgot to actually.
Because Jonah always comes in, like, that was.
I mean, that's my assumption, always.
2 minutes ago at CBT, so.
Okay, perfect. And he's on the phone.
Nice. Okay.
And that makes sense. Oh no, I don't have his number. Gotta do
Let's get a place out
it. Mm-hmm.
That didn't work.
Give me 1 second.
Maybe it's in persistence.
Got it.
Hello.
Hey, is this Jonah?
Yes, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, well, you know how this works. We're gonna go into 4 minutes of some general questions for you, and then we're gonna move into 1 minute of some technicals, just to confirm you are applying for the judiciary seat.
Exactly, yes.
Amazing. Okay, well, we'll just hop right into it. Starting with, what is your motivation for applying to this seat?
Yes, so my motivation is that I believe that my past experience, I believe that, I'm sorry, I'm just about to run for a second. I have worked with the Judiciary Committee before, through some revisions, which were SSB 2026-1029 through 1038, excluding 31 and 32. And I really enjoyed working with the committee chair, vice chair, and other members of the committee through those revisions. I also believe I have a really strong grasp of the 5 criteria, and if selected, I'd be really committed to the committee just as I am to my current position in the INC committee. And I think that the working relationship that I already have with the committee and that strong dedication would make me a great asset to the committee, and by extension, the entire Senate chamber.
Amazing. And then the next question we have is, what experiences do you have that would make you a good fit in this position?
Yes, so as I said, I currently sit on the Information Communications Committee, and I've learned a lot about how to properly communicate things, and to things that I didn't do if I was selected. I can sort of tie that back into it, but I think I've gotten a really good understanding of how to communicate with the chamber through my position on INC, and then also, as I said, my working relationship with the chair, vice chair, and other members through those revisions have developed a working relationship with the committee.
Awesome. And then the last general question we have is, what ideas do you have if you were to be selected for this role?
Exactly. So as I said, and I wanted to touch on this, how it connects to INC, my primary idea or plan of action would be, currently there's competing resources provided to senators in the new senator orientation, and then in the forms on the SG website, and then on the resources of the SG website. So there are two different sets of resolutions and code revisions. There's two different sets of Judiciary Committee presentations on or workshops on how to write legislation, and they're not necessarily aligned. There's outdated information in whatever committee chair posted before Abigail, and then there's also the current committee chair Abigail's resources. So to eliminate the duplicate and the redundancy, and also some of the old outdated resources, there's also missing templates. So currently there's there's a code revision and a rules and procedures revision template. A revisions or a resolutions template, but there isn't. That doesn't include all the different bills bills a senator could author. So to include any of those missing templates, and then also to provide a feedback form per legislation reviewed by the committee beyond the meeting minutes. I also think would be a good idea to help with senators understanding why bills may have been failed or postponed. That may give them additional information.
Okay, awesome. We're now going to move into about a minute of technical questions, starting with what are the 5 criteria for reviewing all legislation?
Yeah, so the 5 criteria are constitutionality, implication, legality, format, and clarity.
And then what is the procedure for reviewing legislation in the Judiciary Committee?
First, there's a 5-minute presentation from the authors or sponsors of the legislation. Then there's 5 minutes of question and answer coming from the committee. There's then 5 minutes of debate, and then 2 minutes of final privilege for the author or sponsor.
And then what can the Judiciary Committee move to do to legislation besides amend it?
The committee can pass, postpone, fail, or table legislation.
And then our last question is, do you have any questions for us?
No, best of luck. I saw you have a long schedule of summer placements.
It's true. Thanks so much, Jonah. I'll see you later.
Okay, have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Gavin is in person.
Jonah always wishes us luck.
I know. It's so sweet. I need it. Kidding.
Oh.
Proud. Hey,
Hello.
how are you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good. So just to confirm, you are applying for the Open Judiciary Committee seat?
Yep.
Amazing. So how's this gonna work? We're going to move into 4 minutes of just some general questions, and then we'll do 1 minute of some technical questions. Sound good?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, well, we'll just get started. What is your motivation for applying to this seat?
I'm motivated to apply to the Judiciary Committee because I first came into Senate with the intent to do as much as I possibly can for my constituents and for the University of Florida as a whole. And I think that, first of all, to sit in the chamber and really do nothing, that's not at all what I want to do. I want to be as impactful and do as much as I can to support this university and the community that surrounds it. And I think that the Judiciary Committee is the best place for me to do that with my specific skill sets. And I think that I have a real passion for the kind of work that it deals with, specifically with, constitutionality, legality of things. I'm a law person myself, so I have a real passion for that.
Awesome. Next question is, what experiences do you have that would make you a good fit in this position?
Okay, I have a lot of different experiences that can contribute to this. Like I said before, the most important thing really I do believe is the passion for the role and applying yourself as thoroughly as you can for it. Additionally, I'm involved in GLEB, Global Legal Empowerment Brigade. That's been a real boon to my knowledge about going through legal resources. Our whole thing is giving citizens of Honduras access to legal counseling and giving them some pro bono as well. And it's something that I've really, taken up, and I take it with a lot of passion. And I think that from that understanding, reading through cases, understanding, applying law to certain cases, I think it's given me a much better understanding of how to do that in that context, and I think that would be very transferable onto the context of the Judiciary Committee.
Awesome. And then, what ideas do you have if you were to be selected for this role?
Okay, so I know right now the Judiciary Committee is very focused on adding clarity to the 300 codes and the rules and procedures, and that's something that I would really like to focus on. One thing that I specifically want to do, there's a lot, or I found 3 instances in the 300 codes where a supermajority more than 2/3 is needed, and my idea would be more to codify 2/3 as a supermajority and that everything can be voted in with that sort of majority. I believe it was 302.25, 307.43, and 308.3. All required, I believe, first it was a 4/5, then it was a 3/4, and a 3/5 vote. So just kind of codifying that, adding a little bit of clarity, making it 2/3, I think that would be very successful, very helpful, kind of to add more structure to it in general. So that's something that I really want to focus on. Additionally, adding clarity in other places. I forget the exact number of the code, but for what was it? For oh my goodness, I'm forgetting so bad right now. Yeah, there was another thing that required. It was for summer Senate replacements, I believe. And it said that they can use their they may use their spring residence, and that's another thing where I would like to, saying may is a little bit, do they have to, do they not have to?
Mm-hmm.
I would add more clarity to it that, they can pick between,
Awesome. Okay, we're now gonna move into 1 minute of technical questions, starting with, what are the 5 criteria for reviewing law legislation?
Constitutionality, implication, legality, format, and clarity.
And then what is the procedure for reviewing legislation in the Judiciary Committee?
5 minutes presentation, 5 minutes of question and answer, 5 minutes of debate, and 2 minutes of final privilege.
And then what can the Judiciary Committee move to do to legislation besides amend it?
Pass, postpone, fail, or table.
And then do you have any questions for us?
Just about meetings throughout the summer. What is the schedule? Is it always every Sunday typically, or?
Yeah, it'll change based off of everyone's availability during the summer. A lot of people, because they commute, will try to put a lot of committee meetings on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
But because that kind of messes with the agenda, it really just depends on if people are free or not.
Yeah.
So should you make it onto the committee, it would be a conversation with the chair.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all so much.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in.
Yep, of course. Have a good day.
You too. Oh. Okay. Awesome. Bro, don't get me started. Do not get me started.
You're so
This is a conversation we have off the record. Okay, awesome. Hi Riley, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing good. Just confirming Judiciary seat.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, well, you know how it works. We're gonna do formats of some general questions. We'll move into 1 minute of some technicals. If that sounds good, we can get started.
Sounds great.
Awesome. So first question, what is your motivation for applying to this seat?
So my motivation for applying for Judiciary Committee stems past my passion for law and desire to be a lawyer, and aligns with my more current goal of wanting to be a student senator that makes a tangible, meaningful impact on our campus. My time spent in Senate has been the most formative of my time at UF. It surrounded me with who I would consider some of the hardest workers at UF, and they have completely changed the way that I view responsibility, leadership, and discipline. Really, any opportunity to further indulge myself in this culture is one that I want to take. So being a part of the Judiciary Committee combines both that desire and my passion for law. Since the last time I've applied for this position, additionally, I've made it a point to strengthen myself as an applicant by learning more about the structure behind student government. I've done a lot of research on the legislative drafting process and how legislation moves through the committee onto the Senate floor. Additionally, as Business Caucus Chair, I'm a leader to nearly a fifth of the Senate, and so naturally I'm always hearing new ideas and initiatives, and I believe that being a part of the Judiciary Committee would strengthen my proficiency in being able to say that's a great initiative, we can move forward now, or let's take a step back and think about the implications of this. I believe that this would not only make the committee's job easier, but my job easier, and the senators who are excited about this legislation, it will make their job easier. Additionally, I am super, as I said, I want to be a lawyer. So I'm super passionate about laws and the implications of things. I was an intern for a criminal defense attorney, so we did a lot of work on reviewing cases and learning how to apply the law, but also learning where the loopholes lie. And this made it super interesting to me, and I feel like that's a big part of the Judiciary Committee, is making sure that those loopholes are closed. So that's something that I find super interesting, and ultimately I just want a chance to give my perspective in the committee, and I feel that I have a good one to bring.
Awesome. And then what experiences do you have that would make you a good fit in this position?
My experiences on and off campus have strengthened my leadership, communication, and diligence in a way that I feel applies directly to Judiciary Committee work. As I just mentioned, my time as a legal intern, I spent reviewing case discovery, building outlines, and applying the law, which really taught me how to read documents carefully and present my findings professionally. Additionally, working with other caucus chairs and vice chairs in amending the 300 codes and rules and procedures really taught me a lot about not only collaboration, but also how important language and grammar are in ensuring legislation can be implemented effectively. This has taught me to think beyond the intent of a proposal and more about how it will operate in practice, which I think is incredibly important in reviewing legislation. Of course, the business school and my time in Senate has really strengthened my abilities to understand the student government and understand statutes, which is another big thing that's very important for this committee. And ultimately, I would just say that my roles across campus in a plethora of organizations such as Gator Growl, The Big Event, even my job downtown, I think has given me the campus-wide perspective and technical knowledge to understand UF beyond a single college, and to be able to really represent the various backgrounds and
That's time for the general questions, so now we're just going to move into some technicals. Starting with, what are the 5 criteria for reviewing law legislation?
constitutionality, clarity, implication, legality, and format.
And then what is the procedure for reviewing legislation in the Judiciary Committee?
5 minutes of presentation, 5 minutes of Q&A, 5 minutes of debate, and 2 minutes of final presentation, of final privilege.
And then what can the Judiciary Committee move to do to legislation besides amend?
They can pass, postpone, table, or fail.
Do you have any questions for us?
How has your time in the Judiciary Committee impacted your Senate experience so far?
Yeah, so it's definitely been good. I've gotten a lot more into Senate as a whole. Definitely just going through the 300 codes, RP, I've spent hours and hours working on code revisions and stuff to kind of clarify the codes, and it's just kind of gotten me more into Senate.
So,
That's all we have for you.
all right, thank you guys.
Thanks for coming in.
Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you.
So the form is, or the notes were messed up. I fixed
Oh,
that.
bruh.
Exactly. Not exactly sure how to fix that, but
I should know, but I don't.
well, we're just gonna, oh, it's not there.
Wait. I think she's over the phone. Wait. Yeah. Oh. We're running out. Damn it. That's every time.
Always by 5 minutes.
Always 5 minutes, bro. I'm tired of this.
So, dude,
Just look it up.
Hi.
Hey Maya, we're calling in for your replacement agenda committee interview. Just to confirm, you're applying for the Judiciary Committee seat?
Yes, I am. And can you hear me? Is it
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect, yeah.
So you know how this works. We're gonna do 4 minutes of some general questions, and then we'll move into 1 minute of some technical questions. Just we're gonna jump right into it. Starting with, what is your motivation for applying to this seat?
Yeah, so this past summer, I was able to intern at my local congressman's office, and here I got my first opportunity to be able to represent my constituents and people in my community, and that really inspired me to want to run for Senate and be able to represent the student body as a whole. And after being in Senate and being able to help people over the past few months, I really want to start taking on a more active role, and I feel like being a member of the Judiciary Committee would really allow me to do that, because being able to debate legislation prior to it coming to the Senate on Tuesday would really let me understand the legislation more and really put my own opinion into what Senate ends up passing and doing.
Awesome. And then, what experiences do you have that would make you a good fit in this position?
So as I mentioned, I have experience interning at my local congressman's office, which really gave me experience in editing and being focused on making sure words that, or like messages that got sent out were really clarified and they were edited to be really concise and clear with what the message was. Similarly, I have a lot of experience as to clerking with the committee and attending meetings, so I feel like I have a really good understanding of what the committee meetings will look like and what that ends up being like. So I feel comfortable just coming in and being able to understand what the committee is supposed to do. And then also, I'm trying to get more experience on campus. So I'm looking into being a member of student legal services and getting more experience in the law field on campus specifically. So, and then I also have experience in helping with R&P revisions, so helping with legal procedures, making sure it's suspendable and that suspendable rules are clarified and fixed. I also have experience, so I feel really comfortable with how Senate already runs.
Awesome. The last general question that we have for you is, what ideas do you have if you were to be selected for this role?
Yeah, so my ideas really stem from both wanting to help the codes, make those more concise, and also make sure that the legislation that comes to committee is already pre-looked at, and so it doesn't need as much revision going into committee. And so my first idea for helping fix legislation would be posting videos with INC to make sure people know how to read and write legislation. This would be posted on like Instagram or other social media platforms, so senators feel comfortable knowing how to write legislation. And then secondly, I also wanted to split the committee members, so half of them could look at the code revisions and the other half could look at legislation prior to when it comes out, or to prior to when it goes to committee. And that way we have people checking on both of those things at the, like, within like 2 weeks, or every 2 weeks people would end up like looking at both of the people, or in 2 weeks, every 2 weeks people would look at the codes and make sure those are being kept up with. And then the other half of the committee would look at legislation and make sure that it's been passed and making sure it's like checked out. Yeah.
Perfect. No, you're good. Okay, we're gonna move into 1 minute of technical questions, starting with, what are the 5 criteria for reviewing all legislation?
Clarity, inclusion, constitutionality, legality, clarity, format. You can say clarity twice, but
All good. And then, what is the procedure for reviewing legislation in the Judiciary Committee?
yeah, so it's 5-minute presentation from the author, sponsor of the bill, 5 minutes of Q&A from the committee, 5 minutes of debate, and then 2 minutes final privilege.
Awesome. And then, what can the Judiciary Committee move to do to legislation besides amend it?
They can pass, fail, postpone, and table it.
Awesome. And then, do you have any questions for us?
I know that Aaron was the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, and I was wondering if he had any advice for like qualities that he looks for in committee members.
Maya, I got bad news. He's not here today.
Okay, then I don't have any questions.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well, thanks so much for calling in. We'll get back to you shortly.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye, Maya.
Bye.
I got bad news. It's like literally the only meeting that he's missed. Icky, Nisa is also over the phone.
Should we fix the sheet real quick? Cause it's like
Logan, what have you been up to over there?
It's just Logan's notes. Of course Logan's the one who missed it.
Is it not the same on your guys'?
No, it's like this.
But it's like only your column.
Yeah.
It's like weird.
How do
I think because you're.
Looks like you had someone else coming.
we have one more on the phone.
Oh, on the phone. Okay, different person.
This one. Yep. Do I have Nice's number? I do. Shoot. Wait, no, it has to be in the one. No, start over here. Oh gosh. Oh, we'll come back to this. It's not getting any better.
Hi.
Hey, is this Nisa?
Yes.
Amazing. Just to confirm, oh, by the way, this is the replacement agenda committee calling for your interview. Just to confirm, you are applying for the Open Judiciary Committee seat?
That's correct.
Amazing. Okay, so how this is gonna work, we're gonna do 4 minutes of some general questions, and then we'll move into about a minute of some technical questions. Sound good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're just gonna get started. So the first question we have for you is, what is your motivation for applying to this seat?
Yeah, thank you so much. So what really motivates me to apply for a position is the opportunity to make a difference. A lot of people really think that once you're elected in, the work is over, but that's not true. And through the Judiciary Committee specifically, I would be able to directly make an impact on the legislation and bills that come up. And just all throughout high school and my community, I've seen how strong leadership can really make organizations run better. And I really think that the Judiciary Committee is the backbone of Senate. And being a part of it would allow me to contribute to make sure that the decisions are thoughtful and fair, and just really eager to get involved and use my experiences to help support a community.
Awesome. And then what experiences do you have that would make you a good fit in this position?
Yeah, so I've been on a variety of leadership roles throughout high school, and one specifically that has really stuck with me and helped me be who I am is my role as the chair of the Youth Advisory Committee. It's a committee run by the local government where I worked with other students across the county and the Board of County Commissioners to address issues affecting the youth of our community. But this experience not only taught me about different perspectives and procedures, I, as the chair, since it was through the local government, had to really familiarize myself with sunshine laws and how to maintain Robert's Rules of Orders so that every meeting could be followed with the procedures efficiently. And this experience can really translate into the Judiciary Committee because we also in Senate use these procedures, and it's really important to maintain them while working on bills and other legislative documents.
Awesome. The last general question we have for you is, what ideas do you have if you were to be selected for this role?
Yeah, so recently I read the 300 codes, and as a new senator, there's not a lot that you are directly taught. We have our new member orientation, but by reading these codes, I was able to gain such clarity on the roles of being a senator and just how procedures should work. And I feel like this should really be mandatory for every new senator to maximize their time in Senate and be able to make a difference while understanding the procedures. So I would like to introduce some form of a new member period, maybe like a 300 codes of the week, to help that new senators not only learn about their roles and responsibilities, how the 300 codes outline how absences work, how caucuses work, but also just to understand what they are meant to do and what all they can do in Senate. And another thing would kind of be to work to increase the transparency of committee meetings. I understand that the minutes are posted after every meeting, but having clear summaries of the bills and decisions could not only help the senators, but also students that may be interested in student government understand the responsibilities of what all the Judiciary Committee does.
Awesome. Those are the general questions that we have for you. We're now going to move into about a minute of some technical questions, starting with, what are the 5 criteria for reviewing all legislation?
Yeah, the 5 criteria are legality, constitutionality, implication, format, and clarity.
And then what is the procedure for reviewing legislation in the Judiciary Committee?
Yeah, it starts off with 5 minutes from the author or sponsor, then 5 minutes from the committee, 5 minutes of debate, and then 2 minutes of final privilege.
And then what can the Judiciary Committee move to do to legislation besides amend it?
Yeah, the Judiciary Committee can either pass, fail, postpone, or table legislation.
And then the last question we have for you is, do you have any questions for us?
No questions, but thank you for being so accommodating. I know it's a little inconvenient to do it over the phone, but I assure you I am just as dedicated to this role.
Totally fine. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Nysa.
Bye.
Okay, awesome. We're on tonight. Okay, perfect. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Now I have to log it and ask about when they're gonna be here. Yeah. Cause I'm gonna forget. Don't let me forget. Hi, Caroline. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing good. So we're the Replacement Agenda Committee. We're gonna be asking you some general questions just to see if you'd be a good fit in the Senate. And then just really quickly before we even get into it, you're applying for the business replacement seat and the off-campus replacement and permanent seat.
Yeah.
And then what terms will you be here this summer?
Both.
C?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Amazing. Let me just make sure I have everything. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna get started. It's just 5 minutes of some general questions. Starting with, what are your motivations for applying to the Student Senate?
Yeah, so I think that it's a privilege to go to UF, and having the opportunity to represent the student body is also a huge privilege, and being able to represent such a diverse school as well is one of my main motivations of applying. I'm also someone that if I have a problem, like I want to be part of the solution, and being able to make a positive impact on the school, I think is a big deal, and having the privilege to do that as well is like one of my motivations. And being a part of the solution and making actual change on campus, and not just sitting around wishing things would be different, but being someone that's putting action behind, I guess my issues with campus.
Amazing. And then the next question we have, what experiences do you have that would make you a good fit in this position?
Yeah, so in high school, I was on a varsity women's golf and basketball team all 4 years and served as captain for one of those. And those experiences taught me time management, discipline, and how to be a good teammate and leader, and how to collaborate with a lot of different kinds of people. It also taught me how to make important decisions under pressure, which I feel like is an important quality a leader should have, especially in Senate, and especially being captain, making decisions that you know are going to impact your whole team. I feel like a senator is, making, as if you're in a business seat, you're making decisions that impact all the business students, and off campus, you're representing all the off campus students. So having that confidence in your decision making and being able to lead other people is something that's makes me qualified. I also served on a youth council board, leadership board as well, all 4 years, and that experience taught me how to represent a group of people in a professional manner and with integrity, and I feel like being a senator, you need those qualities as well.
Awesome. And then what ideas do you have if you were to be selected for this role?
So one of my ideas, since I am a PACE student and off campus, would be to make a PACE space for innovation and PACE students, where they can get advising and just meet other students, have a place to do their work, especially if they're paying that extra fee and they are in Gainesville. And I feel like that would help integrate them better when it's time to transition, and make them feel more a part of the school instead of being isolated off campus.
Amazing. And then the last question we have for you is, do you have any questions for us?
I don't. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in. We'll get back to you shortly.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Unintentional. Emma, I think was, emailed me and was like, I can't come anymore, so. Break time. No!
Oh wait,
Guys,
no wait.
if this spreads to line.
How long until the next interview?
It's at 11:25, so 5 minutes.
Okay, and do I have time to go down? No, I do not. I've not had breakfast yet.
Oh no.
Yeah, not great.
Wait guys, have you ever tried Miapa's breakfast?
Yes.
Never had their breakfast. I should.
Like someone was raving about it, I didn't even know they had breakfast there.
We had it over the summer a lot, like when we did review, cause like,
Miapa Rights.
but
Miapa
like-
Rights is not open today.
yeah, but like it's,
Sonic.
I just don't like breakfast. Like it's objectively really good, I just
No.
don't like breakfast.
Actually, maybe. Is it worth
I'm
it?
not percent.
Is
I
it worth
love
the
breakfast. I went
immense
to
stomach
Oak for brunch
problems?
yesterday.
Good point.
Genuinely like
For some
highlight.
reason I'm craving a panda right now, but like.
Brunch.
I wish I liked breakfast or brunch. Like I don't like
And that's okay.
No, I get that. Breakfast is never sometimes. I can't.
Okay, everything makes my stomach hurt.
like lunch and dinner.
I'm just gonna go, yeah.
Oh.
I am just going to go get food. Okay. I am so sorry about this, by the way. It's like so
Oh, no.
unnecessarily loud.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Alright, food time.
Food time. Oh, God.
Wait, like, genuinely, breakfast is my favorite type of food.
I'll have lunch or dinner for breakfast.
That's a little wild. If it's because it hurts your stomach and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna have pasta.
Yes.
Oh,
No!
I do love a leftovers moment.
Yes, I'll have leftovers.
I like having cereal for dinner.
That I can get behind.
Yeah, I'll have cereal.
That I can definitely get behind.
Guys, I'm a freak with my cereal, so I don't like milk. Like, I despise milk.
I
You're about to
love
say
milk.
something that I'm gonna find very uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, it's like really bad. So like, as a little kid, I would like get like Cheerios. I would like pour the milk in. I would like stir it all around, let it sit for a couple minutes, let it get soggy, and then dump all the milk.
Oh, no. No.
Oh my god.
No. No.
Wait, what?
No. That's weird. That's like a whole different level. Like, I was nervous you were gonna say, like, oh, I put like water in my cereal, and I was gonna be like, ew, that's like really gross. But like, this is
Like
like,
you just want like the feeling of the milk.
like just eat oatmeal.
Yeah.
Food crime.
Food crime for real. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
But like, if I'm eating Honey Nut Cheerios, I eat them plain. But like, if I'm forced to eat like regular Cheerios, I will pour the milk in, dump it out, slice a banana.
I don't
You
know
soak-
what I was expecting you
I
to
soak
say,
them.
but it was not that.
Marinated Cheerios.
You don't soak your Cheerios, Molly?
No. I don't think anyone else does. Anyone watching this, comment down below.
God.
Do you soak your Cheerios? Let us know.
We found the thumbnail.
Oh my gosh. Ugh. Gross. Now I'm like thinking about it.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Logan, Taylor soaks her
Oh,
Cheerios.
Taylor D's.
Taylor D's soaks her Cheerios.
You don't soak
Soak-
What? It's not getting to it.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse.
things are getting bad.
Oh my gosh. We were talking about how we don't like breakfast, and then Taylor was like, yeah, I like breakfast. And then she's like, I do something really weird with my Cheerios. I pour the milk in, let it get soggy, and then strain them. Ugh.
Well, that's
That's nasty. Okay, well,
So
just,
it's just like mush.
I said just have oatmeal.
Yeah, that's literally like
You should try
it's like
oatmeal.
cold.
Or like a smoothie.
Yeah.
Blend
something
it.
like that.
Blood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Blend it.
Wait, okay, now I just eat like
It's
Honey Nut
over.
Cheerios dry. This was like back in the day before like I discovered Honey Nut Cheerios.
So
Thank
it's
God.
like regular Cheerios that you're doing now?
Oh, that's
Like
worse.
that's straight just like
Straight. This was like my like breakfast when I went to my grandparents' house. I would like it was like the only food. So I'd eat my Cheerios, dump my milk out, slice my banana.
it's kind of like
I'm nauseous.
like it makes me think of like Great Depression type food.
Oh, that's insane.
Like if I had thought like just eating like straight nutrients, like no enjoyment of food, that's what I would do.
What were those called? Like, you know, did you ever make that in elementary school? It was like a bar of like nothing. I forget what it was called. It doesn't matter. We'll come back to that.
Like little protein balls?
No. No, it was like back in the Great Depression they would eat this, and it was like flour and water and oil.
Oh, no, I think that was an original Virginia. Fairfax.
Colonial Williamsburg. Okay, whatever. We're going. Joseph.
He's on the phone.
Yes. Okay. Hi, is this Joseph?
Yes.
Hi, this is Molly with the Replacement and Agenda Committee. We're calling for your interview today. Just to confirm, you're applying for the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences replacement seat, and then the off-campus replacement and permanent seat.
Yes.
And then really quickly, just before we get started, what terms this summer will you be here for?
I'll be here summer safe.
Amazing. Just write that down. Okay, awesome. So how this is gonna work, we're gonna do 5 minutes of some general questions to see if you'd be a good fit within the Student Senate. Starting with, what are your motivations for applying to the Student Senate?
Okay. So I've been so my freshman year I didn't really know if I wanted to join Senate, and I decided not to. But in recent the past few months, I've noticed the differences student government has made on the university, like the affordability indicator in the one UFAB for the textbook, like the classes that have textbooks under $100, and the fact that Food and Fork is always stocked, which demonstrates like their commitment to make education more accessible and like student life better overall. And I've also seen the impacts that student government has made, like personally, by the installation of more blue light emergency stations near where I live now, and it's made the walks feel safer, especially for other people in my apartment building who have been concerned about these walks in the past. And seeing the changes that have been made has really inspired me to try to get more involved in student government and help make the campus and student life much better for everyone in the world.
Awesome. And then what experiences do you have that would make you a good fit in this position?
Over the past year, I've served as standards director for my fraternity, and it's a role that requires me to navigate like complex interpersonal conflicts between brothers and keep them accountable for their actions. And through this experience, I've developed strong resolution skills, and I've listened objectively to issues with while mediating disagreements, even if it's among people I know and trust. And it's helped me guide individuals toward productive solutions that they might not have been able to come to otherwise.
Awesome. And then the last question we have for you is, what ideas do you have if you were to be selected for this role?
One of the main things I would have for the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, their College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, would be something similar to what was just passed for the pre-law minor. It'd be something more like, it would be for the pre-health minor, more like a pre-med track version. And obviously seeing what's happened with pre-law, a lot of my friends have picked up the minor and they're very happy about it. It shows like they've been acknowledged for what they plan to pursue in the future, and I've noticed pre-med's missing something like that. And my plan would be to sort of implement it as it's a program that would highlight the key courses that are required for med school, like such as like for undergrad, it'd be more of the MCAT ones. And then as you get to more junior and senior year, you can highlight the classes that might be overlooked by pre-meds, but are also very beneficial, that they might just not be talked about as much. And then for the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, I would focus on improving like the overall off-campus living experience, such as the challenges to safety and transportation. I would like to implement more blue light stations to farther off-campus walks, especially like high traffic areas that might not have them currently, and push them more off-campus a bit so that people walking home at night can feel safer still.
Perfect. And then the last thing we have for you is, do you have any questions for us?
I think I'm good. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for phoning in today. We'll get back to you shortly about the results of your interview.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you so much. You too. Bye-bye. Wow. Okay, and then Taylor, do you know how to say his name?
Pujan.
Is it Pujan? Okay, that's what I thought. I just didn't want to say him. Should be in person. Potentially. Allegedly. Thanks. I said.
You're doing so good, okay. You.
Oh my gosh. And then if he's not here, we'll give him the full 5 minutes, and if he doesn't show up, then that's kind of that. And I did send him the email. I always get nervous because, like, when you do, like, for committees, oh, we'll come back to this. Hi, Poojan, right? Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Perfect, amazing. So I'm Molly, this is the replacement and agenda committee. We'll be asking you some simple questions just to see if you'll be a good fit in the student senate. Just to confirm, you're applying for the engineering replacement seat, the off-campus replacement and permanent seat, and then the sophomore replacement seat.
Yes. Yeah.
So just really quickly, do you know how many credits you've completed? Just off the top of your head.
80 something. So.
Okay, awesome. So essentially, the way that Senate works, between the sophomore and engineering seat, you can only qualify for one.
Mm-hmm.
Once you exceed 50 credits, then you are a candidate for your college. So I'm just letting you know, we're only considering you for engineering and then the off-campus replacement and permanent seats. But still kind of the same content anyways. And then what terms this summer will you be here for?
I'll be here for all of them.
Okay, perfect. Awesome, so now we can get started with the good stuff. Starting with, what are your motivations for applying to the Student Senate?
So student senate or student government as a whole has a kind of had an impact on me before I even considered applying to UF. When I was a junior in high school, I came to YLC, so that was something that really resonated with me and had an impact on me. And then finding out that obviously SG is involved with that, and that all was derived from senate and funding and everything, student government. But I also want to give back to the campus. We have a great culture here, being the top university in the nation. But I think I'm at a point in my college career where it's the perfect time for me to try and get more to give back before classes get really hard and I don't have as much time. So that's pretty much it. And I feel like it's a really great community to be involved with. Within the already great community that we have here at UF.
Awesome. And then what experiences do you have that would make you a good fit in this position?
So since I've been to UF, I've been trying to get more and more involved. I've gone to a few Senate meetings. I'm part of the engineering caucus. We actually have been to some of the meetings where the Arduino kit, the technical exchange program was established, and that's been really awesome to see, especially like all the procedural stuff in the meetings with like librarians that you would never think about. Just stuff that, you know, maybe like isn't really related to what you want to do, but you have to do to get your vision implemented into the campus. And then I was just seeing on the Tuesday Senate meetings how that stuff goes about.
Awesome. And then the last general question we have for you is, what ideas do you have if you would be selected for this role?
So something I was really keen on, it's not as serious as what some other people have, is negotiating with the UFA. Just right now we're in a bit of a spot where we're kind of a big basketball school again. But allowing campouts just to let our culture campus keep growing. Because right now we can't line up days of events, but we also can't have everyone get in. So I think either switching to a raffle where people can sign up for the games that they want to go to, or just allowing campouts like something like Duke has.
Awesome. And then the last thing that we have for you is, do you have any questions for us?
No.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. That's all the questions that we have. Yeah, we'll get back to you shortly
Thank
about
you
the
very
results.
much.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Have a good one. And then Casey. Person.
I think it's Aura.
Wait, my thing is doing it now too. How did we fix that?
I just keep going, I can't rap every time.
Where?
Rap.
Okay.
Just says rap.
I'm the only one holding out.
Just wait, it's coming.
I don't know what's wrong with it because I tried to like fix the formatting of like the alternating colors, but it's like you can't do that to a already alternate. I'm like, but it's not. nice to meet you. I'm Molly. This is the replacement agenda committee.
Awesome.
We're gonna be asking you some super easy, simple questions just to see if you'd be a good fit in the student senate. It's just gonna be 5 minutes, and then just to confirm, you are applying for the graduate replacement seat this summer.
Yeah, no, the permanent, not the summer.
You're so right. It is permanent. And then, amazing. That's why we confirmed. Awesome. But yeah, we're just gonna hop right into it. The first question that we have for you is, what are your motivations for applying to the student senate?
Yeah, absolutely. So I did my undergraduate degree here at the University of Florida, and then worked for a couple of years, and then came back to do my MBA. I'm passionate about this university, and I wish I had done student government in my undergrad, and taking the time away to go work and then come back and do the MBA has made me realize how much I want to give back to this university and really help students just kind of have the same experiences that I've had, especially graduate students who may not have had the background of being at UF, and giving them the same opportunities and resources that I've had access to.
Amazing. And then what experiences do you have that would make you a good fit in this position?
So in my undergraduate degree, I had several leadership positions. I was an assistant director for Gator Growl, and then I had a social chair position in my sorority. I also was on the executive board for Gator Diplomats, which used to be called Campus Diplomats, which was the ambassadors to the students office. So I have some leadership experience in my undergraduate, and then in my work experience, I had some leadership roles, creating different teamwork opportunities for the companies that I worked for. And now in the MBA, I'm the cohort representative for our cohort. So the MBA Association is our kind of governing body, and I represent my cohort to them. And then I also was just elected to be the CFO of the MBA for the upcoming year. So I think that I have a few leadership experiences that give me, a good background.
Awesome. And then what ideas do you have if you were to be selected for this role?
Yeah, so I have been working with one of my cohort members, Kyle Conger, who is leaving the seat on a professional development committee within the MBA. And something that we've kind of been talking about is how within the MBA we feel siloed and just kind of in our own little world and not connected with the other graduate students and professional schools at UF. So I really would like to work across the different caucuses and professional schools to create more connection opportunities and resource sharing with the other graduate students, such as law, medicine, pharmacy, because we may not be looking for the exact same opportunities, but I think that we can benefit from bouncing ideas off of each other.
Absolutely. And then the last question we have for you is, do you have any questions for us?
What are you guys looking for from the graduate senators right now?
Yeah, I think a lot of what you were saying was kind of what we're looking for. I think that's really important, especially for graduate centers, because you're coming from such different schools, to be working together, just kind of having that foundation of you've all completed your undergrad, you're now moving into kind of this pre-professional school in one way or another, and being able to work together even though you're in different professions or maybe different areas of study is really important.
Yeah.
So I really loved hearing about that in your interview questions. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that.
Super.
Any other questions?
I don't think so, but
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming in. We'll get back to you
absolutely.
shortly about the results.
Okay, cool. Have a good weekend, you guys.
You too. Wow, we've never been this on time. You're banned. It's fine. We have Corbin without you. You can go. Kidding, joking, kind of. Graham was my previous student. Did you know that?
I did actually.
He's awesome. He's my dad. Wow, we actually do have a break. This is crazy.
Oh, yes.
Oh man.
How many interviews do we have today?
Remaining?
Yeah.
We have 9 more after this.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a fun day.
I mean, it's not 9 hours, so I'm happy.
Yeah, if it was 9 hours,
I might go. I might go. are.
That would be great.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I guess Abigail's available to do it right now.
It's so funny that he's a previous stopper now. Like, I'm just like, oh.
Make him sit out there and get nervous.
I know, like, I feel bad he's just like pacing. But like, I'm not gonna make him go before his interviews with him.
Scroll the screen.
Doing the important stuff.
I mean, come on.
I can't.
Poor girl.
He's bad. He works here. This is like his second home.
Yeah.
He knows his way around.
It like makes my day so much better when I like have something to do and then I like
I like walk in and like, yeah.
this was Thursday. I was like up there and this guy was doing like a Jolly Rancher taste test
Oh, right.
for like I don't know like his food science class.
Right.
And I had to try like a regular Jolly Rancher, a sugar-free Jolly Rancher, a gummy Jolly Rancher. I had to like smell it,
Wait, that's kind of crazy.
do like this whole survey.
Oh, also, you have to follow this back.
What is that?
It's Mexico. You and Colin just got accepted. It's a really exclusive
I
program.
made it.
Yeah, barely. And you're about to get banned if you don't follow it. Okay. What was I saying before?
About Colin's understanding.
Guys, it's an exclusive program. I also see Colin
Like,
so
95
often.
people.
Yeah. And it's been a thing since I was like 12. So it's been a long time.
Calling me before I did.
No, you made it at the same time. Colin just followed back earlier than you did.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Interesting.
I didn't see.
No, I know. Ha 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Ha ha. I'm sorry. What is this? She's my sister-in-law's brother. I mean, my brother-in-law. I guess that would be that.
Yeah.
But his profile picture is kind of crazy. I just feel like that's going on here.
Is that him?
Yeah. He's stationed in Japan. It's really cool.
How old is he?
Old.
And he has a SPAN account on his screen.
No,
Oh,
that's his
like
like,
a-
normal account.
Oh, okay.
So is that his family?
I was about to say.
I can't. No, that's an adult.
Yeah, I feel like if you're an adult and have a SPAN account on Instagram, it's kind of
It's gonna be me.
just never ends.
No. Me as an adult.
35 posts.
Molly, did you get the roller on it?
No. Amelia and Norman was like ready to buy it for me.
Yeah.
And then she told me how much it was, and I was like, never mind.
How much?
138.
Alright, I'm going to
For PJs. PJs, people, please. That's what I'm saying. I literally was like, I lied, I'm sorry. Never mind. Hi, Graham.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Doing good, doing good. Okay, so just to confirm, you are applying for the off-campus replacement and permanent seat and the sophomore replacement seat.
Yeah, I think it was the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sophomore one was just for the summer. So like
Yeah.
replacement seats are only this summer.
Oh, okay.
But then you also applied for the off-campus permanent seat.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to double
Yeah.
check, and then you'll be here for summer C.
Yeah, I'll be here all summer for preview. So.
Okay, perfect. We're gonna get started. It's just 5 minutes of some general questions just to see if you'll be a good fit. and we'll just hop right into it. So, starting with, what are your motivations for applying to the Student Senate?
Well, I'm very involved in or I'm trying to get more involved at least in the student body, and I'm just very passionate about giving back, and I really like people facing jobs and where I can see my impact and the effect on people and collaborating and working towards a goal with a team of like-minded people.
Awesome. And then what experiences do you have that would make you a good fit in this position?
In high school, I was pretty involved in NHS, beta, and then I was my tennis team captain, so I'm relatively good at organizing events and seeing people, recognizing their strengths and who's good at what, and just collaborating.
Amazing. And then the last question we have for you is, what ideas do you have if you were to be selected for this role?
I think one important thing for student government is to make it more well known with students of what's actually going on, because I feel even applying now, I still feel I have a kind of general idea of student government and don't know all the details. And I feel a lot of students are just oh yeah, we use student government, but don't know anything about it. So I think outreach with that and just kind of spreading that, the motivations behind student government and what we're doing and why some things happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then the last question we have for you is, do you have any questions for us?
What's the favorite project that y'all have done?
Do you guys want to do some?
I can talk about it. Right now I'm working on an Arduino kit exchange for engineer students. So typically when you take a class that requires it, it's a $60 charge, you have to buy it for yourself. But what we're working on doing is working with the library, so you rent the kit instead of buying it, so it's free for students, which is kind of a cool thing because I'm an engineering student.
Yeah.
So it's just a good way to give back to my college and students in general.
That's awesome.
Any other questions?
I don't think so.
Totally fine.
How did you guys know you wanted to get involved in student government?
Yeah, I can answer that one. For me, I was involved in student government in high school, but I will say high school student government, at least at my school, is very different than student government here. So it definitely stemmed from seeing the impact, the actual tangible real world impact that it has here on this campus, and speaking to people and learning about the community. It really became something I was passionate about and something that I really had a desire to join. And then after I did join, all my concerns or fears or wants were just confirmed that this was something that I was passionate about. So
Yeah, I went to a very small school in high school.
Yeah, me too.
60 kids in the class, so
Jeez, yeah.
yeah, I come here and I see all these people all involved and I want to do that and I want to give back and help and all these things. So
I love it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all the questions we have for you. Thanks so much for coming in. You'll hear back from us shortly about the results.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks. Brooke is over the phone.
And you go right on time.
It's because the replacement seat, because you don't have to do all the technical questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so much easier.
His boots with the suit, crazy.
I can't see using cowboy boots.
No, it's like work boots, like Tim's type. It's like a little strange.
Debatable. We'll come back to that. We'll highlight that during
It's
deliberation.
kind of funny.
Wait, I think I have her number. We had a class together. Nope.
Hello?
Hey, is this Brooke?
Yeah.
Amazing. This is Molly with the Replacement and Agenda Committee calling for your interview. Just to confirm, you're applying for the off-campus replacement seat?
Yes.
And then what terms will you be here for the summer?
I will be here summer B, and this is weird, but half of summer A, but I know it only matters that I'm here for summer B.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
okay. Awesome. Okay, so how this is gonna work, we're gonna do about 5 minutes of some general questions just to see if you'd be a good fit in the Student Senate. And then we're just gonna jump right into it, starting with, what are your motivations for applying to the Student Senate?
So for me, I think a lot of my motivation to process of like taking ideas and implementing them in a practical way. I did student government in high school for 3 years, and I felt that obviously it's such a challenge because you want to appease everyone and like come up with new ideas that people, they can be implemented practically, but also you're having to coordinate with administration and all these different stakeholders. So I think that challenge really motivates me. And I'm also just motivated by connecting different groups and understanding that I can just bring a vision to life in a way that like can actually work in practice.
Awesome. The next question we have for you is, what experiences do you have that would make you a good fit in this position?
So I've run a couple of businesses. Currently, like the biggest thing I'm focusing on is my DJ business. And what I do is I regularly work with different like student organizations and different venues locally. And I'm executing like these bigger events, probably like 400 plus people. And it's really taught me how to think on the fly and understand that you're having to adjust in real time because you want to make sure that you're catering to the crowd, but also understanding what the venue needs. So I think like the fact that you can basically walk into a gig completely prepared, and then you're gonna have to switch, the genre or vibe based on reading the crowd and just adjusting to what the people need. So I think that's really trained me to be adaptable and understanding what people need without necessarily being told directly. So I think that'll really serve me well in a position in Senate, because understanding like what people need on a deeper level and being able to balance between all these different stakeholders, and then obviously throwing in my own unique ideas. I think those are qualities that a senator should have.
Perfect. And then the last general question we have for you is, what ideas do you have if you were to be selected for this role?
So I have a couple ideas. The first one, I was thinking about like a student government information week, especially for freshmen, because coming into it, I think there's just so many branches and it can be overwhelming. So I think just initially getting, the new students to understand what there is out there, how to get started would be great. And then another thing would be, especially like during finals week, an availability seat, like a system where you could, like, students can find more study space more efficiently. They can understand like which libraries have space where it's really packed. And then going off of that idea, an app that can show like the different capacity levels of rec spaces, especially pickleball courts. I think that's been super hot recently, and it can get so crowded. Like just sometimes I'll go, I can't even get a court for like 3 hours. So I think that would be really helpful. So, and just more efficient for students to let them plan accordingly.
Amazing. And then the last question we have for you is, do you have any questions for us?
Yes, I was wondering, what do you think is the most impactful thing you've done in your time in Senate?
For me, I can answer that. Hi, I'm Taylor.
Hi.
I think, yeah, that's the whole thing. For me, probably one of my favorite things and one of the most impactful things that I've actually been able to see make an impact on students, especially students that are less financially privileged, was the Blue Book and textbook drive that I did with some of our fellow senators. That was a really great way. It was an easy way as well, just to relieve some of that financial stress off of our constituents and have students only focus on their finals as opposed to focusing on how they're going to pay for textbooks, how they're going to pay for the blue books or anything like that. So that's probably one of my favorite things that I did.
That's awesome. And then maybe I'll give you one more question. Do you what's your fit? Do you enjoy like working with other organizations? Do you feel like it's how do I explain it? Like, do you feel like you collaborate a lot with other organizations in Senate?
Yeah, I can take this one. I would say definitely, especially across bridges, I think is one of the most fun things that you can do in Senate. At least for me, I created a piece of legislation that just kind of recognized the need for safety walks this last semester, we were able to do a safety walk and kind of establish it as like a yearly thing alongside Nightlife Navigators, which is an agency. So it was really cool to be able to collaborate from the legislative branch into the executive branch just to ensure nighttime safety for students on campus.
Yeah, absolutely. Super important.
Yeah, that's all we have for you, if that's everything you have for us. And thanks so much for phoning in.
Thank you so much. This is great.
Bye, Brooke.
Bye. Thank you.
She was like, who is that?
Who is that? Okay, and then Avery Brown's in person. Ooh, yeah. Hi, Avery.
Yeah.
Amazing. And then just to confirm before we get started, you're applying for only the off-campus permanents.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So how this is gonna work, we're gonna move into just 5 minutes of some general questions to see if you'll be a good fit within the Student Senate. And we can just jump right into it, starting with what are your motivations for applying to the Student Senate?
I have plenty of motivations. I would say my biggest thing is just like I've been in a lot of like student facing roles at my time here. I've been here for coming up on 2 years, which is insane. I was in a summer be freshman, so yeah, coming up on 2 years. I am president as of literally 3 days ago at FGA, which is for Greek ambassadors. So it's a lot of like I work with the SFL office directly, so I kind of like how I have experience not only in like student organizations but also with university organizations as well. My freshman year, I worked at the Career Connection Center the entire school year, so I have a lot of experience in event planning, things like that, and just having so many positive experiences makes me motivated to apply to this, to be able to give back. And you know, I've experienced a lot, gone through a lot, especially planning events in different organizations. But yeah.
Awesome. And then the next question is, what experiences do you have that would make you a good fit in this position?
So again, I have been involved, I would say, a fair amount on campus in my time here. I was vice president of programming all of last year for FGA, which was a doozy. It was the very first year that we had an executive board in FGA. Previously, it was just like the SFL full-time advisor and then just all of the FGAs in free-for-all. But we spearheaded having an executive board, and it was really awesome being able to be on that first executive board. If you guys have ever heard of Greek Week, Greek Week's my little baby. I was obviously the first year that Greek Week was student-led, and getting to help organize that was like such a fun and rewarding experience, and I learned so much, and like being able to give back with the stuff that I learned and like, the hoops that I had to run through, which was fun but stressful to say the least.
Yeah.
And I just got elected president. We didn't have a presidential position last year, so we were just 5 VPs, again, free for all. Learned from our mistakes, added the president position, and I'm really, really excited to get to do that this year. Again, like I was in event planning at C3 as well, which was a doozy. You know, we all know how stressful Career Week is. I'm assuming you guys have all been to Career Week, but yeah.
Amazing. And then the last general question we have for you is, what ideas do you have if you were to be selected for this role?
So not only like being an off-campus senator, I live off campus. I live very close off campus, I live at Standard, but last year I lived at 2nd Avenue Center, which was a lot farther out from campus. And I feel like, again, organizing Career Week, organizing Greek Week, things like that, there's a lot of things where it's like on campus, and I think outreach is really important. And you know, in Greek Week specifically, we had to do a lot of like intentional locations where it's like, okay, one event we should have over on Frat Row, and then another event we should have over on Sorority Row to make it equal opportunity for everyone in Greek life. So that was really important, as well as, you know, just things I've learned. It's really important.
Awesome. And then the last question we have for you is, do you have any questions for us?
Not really.
Amazing. Well, that's all we have for you. Thank you so much for coming in, and we'll get back to you shortly about the results of your interview.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
You're good. Thanks. Have a good one.
Yeah, you as well. Good luck all day today.
Thank you.
Wait till her actual
Yes.
Is this
Debatable. We'll talk about it later. this is the replacement agenda committee. We're gonna be asking just a couple questions to see if you'd be a good fit in the student senate. Just before we start, I wanted to ask and confirm, you're applying for both the off-campus replacement and permanent seats. Amazing. And then I also just wanted to ask one extra question. Are you currently serving as an agency head?
Yes.
Okay.
My term ends like, I think it looked ended already. Didn't they,
I think it ends this upcoming Tuesday.
oh, okay, alright.
Totally fine. But we're gonna move on to the interview portion.
Gotcha.
It's just gonna be 3 questions, 5 minutes, super simple. And we're just gonna jump right into it, starting with, what are your motivations for applying to the Student Senate?
I've really been involved lately, you know, obviously from what you said. You know, I love being involved, I love being able to do stuff for the community. You know, I love just being involved with everything going on here. It's such a blessing to really do it. So it's just, I wanna, you know, give back to people who are part of my community. You know, I'm a off-campus student, and a bunch of students are off-campus, because there's not a lot of housing on campus for people. So I just really wanna pour a lot of my time into being a voice for them.
Amazing. And then the next question we have for you is, what experiences do you have that you would make you a good fit in this position?
I'm a transfer student, so I transferred from Hillsborough College in Tampa, and I was a student senator there for a year. That was honestly a big experience for me. Just really enjoyed it, you know, being able to see the process and everything like that. I was also chief of staff as well as agency head for Trump Vote, so I have that like executive branch type information, and just like able to like be discerning, really. And then and also was part of Dance Marathon, so I really love lunch break.
Awesome. And then the last question we have for you is, what ideas do you have if you were to be selected for this role?
My main idea was like off-campus housing resources. You know, being able to like let students know like kind of what they're getting into with living off campus. You know, whether there's like, a bunch of like apartments, like you can have like a website where just like these are like all like the top rated apartments for by students, so you know kind of what you're getting into. Maybe like a know your lease type of situation. So like this is what your lease is. You know, this is what it means, and like stuff like this. You're not being like trapped into like a lease where you're like there for 2 years instead of 1. You know, stuff like that.
Awesome. And then the last thing we have is, do you have any questions for us?
How do you guys enjoy being in the Senate? You know, I know you guys have probably been here for a little bit.
Anyone want to take that?
I was like, I absolutely love it. Like the community that I have like found within Senate is probably one of the best communities I found on campus. Seeing each other every week, it is genuinely like something that like I look forward to like every single Tuesday. And like if one of my friends like isn't in Senate, I am genuinely like sad, and it's just a very like collaborative environment where everyone like coming from different backgrounds is working towards a similar goal.
Sure. Alright. Thank you so much, guys.
Amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming in. We'll get back to you shortly about the interview process.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You as well.
And Nicholas is also in person. Hi, Nicholas.
Yes, how are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
Awesome. Okay, so just to confirm before we get started, you are applying only for the off-campus permanent seat.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So how this is gonna work, we're gonna do 3 questions. It's just gonna be a 5-minute interview, super simple, just to see if you'll be a good fit within the Student Senate. And we're just gonna hop right into it. So what are your motivations for applying to the Student Senate?
So I wanted to apply, I want to get like a wider range of like leadership positions and just be able to kind of like interact with the student body more, especially like I haven't really done a lot and I see my time here kind of fading. I want to give back more and kind of get a better understanding of what it means to kind of help the University of Florida and help the students here.
And then the next question is, what experiences do you have that would make you a good fit in this position?
So one main experience I have is I'm the manager at a Bole restaurant right now, so I kind of have a very good like time management skills. I work well with like a diverse group of people, and I'm very it's very easy for me to problem solve very quickly in a timely manner, and just interact with like guests and people I've just never met and try and figure out what best accommodations I can have for them.
Perfect. And then the last question we have for you is, what ideas do you have if you were to be selected for this role?
So I kind of want to like make sure that students are always engaged with the student government, we always get positive feedback or just feedback in general from them so we can better improve things on campus. One main thing I've seen too is like anytime there's construction or things like that happening, that kind of ruins like my day-to-day schedule because I have like a daily routine. So maybe something to where like we can push updates or things like that where students can just kind of see before they even go to class, and that'll kind of like ease their day a little bit better.
Absolutely. The last thing we have for you is, do you have any questions for us?
I don't think so. Thank you
Awesome.
guys.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for coming in. You'll hear back from us shortly about
Okay.
your results.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care.
I mean, we have almost 10 minutes. Wow. Wow. It's because Aaron's not here. That's a joke. That's a joke. Aaron, if you're watching, so sorry.
Aaron,
Please,
we love
I'm
you.
joking. Yeah.
Where's Aaron today?
Tallahassee.
Oh, okay.
The bowl light mission made me so hungry.
I know, now I'm hungry. Thanks.
Thanks, Nicholas.
Thanks a lot.
I'm rocking for these last 4.
I don't even like bowl light that much, but like now I may want it.
I've only had bullet. Okay, well, I've had bullet multiple times. I've only had it one time and liked it.
I've only had bowl light catered.
I want to like it.
I want to like it. But like when Kava's next door, why would I ever go to bowl light?
What a day. When are you guys done with school?
Last exam was
Guys.
My last exam was 21st. I like papers and stuff.
Ugh.
Guys, I have the most dreadful paper of my life. It's worth 50% of my grade. It's due on Thursday night.
That's awesome. So why would it not be worth it?
No.
That's ridiculous.
I have a huge paper due on the 28th.
And started. So it's worth 50% of my grade. I submitted my initial abstract. Feedback was, I'm passing this, but to tell you the truth, it's pretty half-baked.
Nice.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that's nice.
Professor
Wow.
Leibowitz, if you're watching this, I'm super excited to enjoy watching the paper.
Oh my gosh.
Like 50%. Like, I'm so...
My last exam is literally on Tuesday.
Oh my god.
Nice.
But that means I have to miss Senate. Which is not ideal. Not ideal. Managerial accounting is calling them, and I have to answer. Ugh.
Would y'all rather have, like, exams last week classes or during actual exam week?
Last week classes.
Yeah,
Oh, I am so happy I'm done. I'm not even going home. I'm just staying around to go play. Like, that's it.
Okay, like, I don't know, with, like, papers being due, because, like, my paper's due the first day of reading days, like, why not just do it on the day of our exam?
Papers is different. I think papers I would appreciate, especially if you can turn it online. Like,
Yeah.
then I can still go home. But exams, yeah, I'd rather get out of it.
How many hours of sleep did you get last night?
Me?
Yeah.
I think 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We have not been on a very good schedule recently.
Okay.
Because I've been staying up late studying.
I think I'm on 5.
It's all about balance. Yeah. I'm also just like a tired person. Like even when I get enough sleep, I'm always tired.
Okay.
It's true.
I can't wait for summer when I can actually sleep.
Right. But then I'm like, I have a job. You FICO. It's the investment corporation. to start their day at like, I don't know, noon. Get up at 11 every day. That'd be great.
Logan, I look you realize like within the past week that you were in the College of Engineering.
Yeah. I'm in the engineering office.
Wait, what's your major?
Mechanical. It's a lot of fun. Definitely enjoyable.
Right. Right. Oh my gosh. I love engineering. I wish I was like more STEM than I am.
You wish it until you are in that space.
You do not. You're STEM.
Me? Finance is just adding and subtracting. You just gotta know which ones to do.
Do you take like statistics?
I mean, I took that in high school.
Okay.
I was good at stats. I hate stats.
I don't think I'm ever gonna have to take a stats class in my life. It's kind of awesome.
I passed stats in high school.
Stats is more of a writing class than it is a math class. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
It was too much.
That's weird.
Do you take AP stats?
Yes. Yeah. Thank God.
I
Got it
passed
over with.
stats by the skin of my teeth.
I think I got a 4. You know what I didn't get a 4 on? A push. I got a 1.
Really?
But then
What?
AP Gov, I got a 5 without studying.
Oh.
So like, I don't really know.
How'd you get a 1 on paper?
Wait.
I'm so bad at history.
Interesting.
You're from Virginia.
See-
You're literally from like the place.
So that's why I got a 5 on Gov, because like I'm from
History
DC.
originally.
But like, I don't know. First colony, Virginia.
Look at that.
You'd think that helped.
Yeah, you literally have like a whole unit on where you're
My
from.
hometown.
Yeah.
Multiple units. Jamestown, Mount Vernon, Roanoke. If you guys remember Roanoke, the mysterious
I know,
colony.
I know.
Woo.
Don't worry.
Do I know? I guess not. Yeah, no. English was not my jam.
So funny.
And my teacher was like, he was like the history teacher cross country. Hold on, we'll come back to this. Hey,
Hi, I'm Sarah.
nice to meet you. I'm Molly. This is the Replacement Agenda Committee. We're gonna be just kind of asking you a couple of general questions, just to see if you'll be a good fit within the Student Senate. And then just to confirm, you're applying only for the off-campus permanent seat.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, so it's gonna be 3 questions, 5 minutes total, and we're just gonna jump right into it. So starting with, what are your motivations for applying to the Student Senate?
So I am pre-law right now. I'm studying economics and Mandarin, and I was in cabinet this last year, and I really enjoyed it, and I love being on international affairs cabinet, and I've really enjoyed all the different student government clubs that I've been a part of, and really want to get more involved and help the campus, just improve the campus a little bit better. And I think doing off-campus could definitely help with that.
Awesome. And then the next question we have is, what experiences do you have that would make you a good fit in this position?
So right now, I just got elected as president of One Building Lemon, which is a mentorship organization for Gainesville middle schools. And so I have a lot of visibility within the Gainesville community. And then in addition to that, I'm a part of several different clubs across UF, like Moot Court, and then with Cabinet, and I was involved with Writing Magazine. So a pretty good gauge of the student body, like what people want. And then off campus, I live in the Standard, and I've kind of noticed that there is, like, I think student government can do a great job of providing more visible resources to what you have available, like student legal services, transportation, and then I have a lot of friends in my Chinese program who live like off of Archer, who have like issues with the bus routing system because they don't have as accessible access to see bus routes and like delays and all that sort of thing. So I think I could help bring some ideas to help improve.
Awesome. And then kind of leading into that, what ideas do you have if you were to be selected for this role?
I think it would be great to, I'm not sure the term to describe it, but contact the property managers within their lounge or their lobbies to set up like a resource table where some of the student government senators for off campus sit down and have like resource packets for students living in the apartment buildings and rotate that among the both near campus apartment buildings and then maybe some off campus a little bit further out to show more accessible resources.
Amazing. And then the last thing we have for you is, do you have any questions for us?
I do. So I applied for the permanent seat. What is the time period that I would help with? Because it wasn't for summer A, or because I won't be here this summer. So when would I be attending meetings? Like how long would that occur?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the permanency that you're applying for right now, it'll last until the fall election, which I believe is either beginning of October or end of September. I think we established it already, but I just don't have the date off the top of my head. But it'll be around like the middle of the semester. And so that's kind of the term that you'll be serving. Should you be selected for the permanency, you would also have a replacement over the summer, so you wouldn't have to be here. But yeah, that's kind of the time period that you would have.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Of
I hope
course.
you guys have a great day.
You too. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
We got 3 minutes.
Is everything else in person?
Good question. Yes. Yeah.
Alright, I feel vulnerable about my Cheerio searching. Can someone else share?
I don't know that I have anything equivalent to that, I'm gonna be honest with you.
When I was a kid, I used
Oh
to.
no, I'm scared. I'm scared.
I feel like this isn't that crazy. I used to dip my like McDonald's chicken nuggets in honey.
That's not crazy.
Nearly
That's
as
literally
crazy.
not crazy. That's literally not crazy.
It's so wholesome.
That's literally not crazy.
I like pineapple pizza.
Again, not
That's
so cheap.
Like that's like I like personally disagree with it. Like I understand objectively why people like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just no one should like that ever.
Yeah.
No one ever should like that.
Like when we play Two Truths and a Lie, like
That's it, girl.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's your lie?
yes.
I used to soak my
When I was
Cheerios
a
and pour out the
kid,
milk.
I would let the Cheerios.
Did you mush it up?
Straight up.
Why are we mushing?
Wait,
Okay,
so we're like-
don't act like I'm crazy for asking you if you mush your Cheerios. You soak them. That's not a crazy question.
Oh my god.
So they'd still have like their shape, but they'd
Yeah.
just be like
Just soggy.
The same way like regular cereal is.
No.
No.
Nah.
How long would you
No.
let it soak for? Would you like pour it and like wait 20 minutes? Go do
Not like
something else?
Not like 20. Like I would pour it in, like stir it up a little bit, like maybe like make my glass of water and like dump it out.
I'm not judging. I'm just concerned.
I am.
Feel free to judge.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Wait, okay. I didn't think so.
I feel like I don't have anything like that crazy.
You're just too normal.
I don't know. I just eat food like a normal person. I feel like.
Like food, I don't really get pretty adventurous with.
Yeah.
Oh, I like to this day don't like lettuce. I don't like the cheese.
Just like at all.
Like
I love a good salad.
You don't eat like salads or.
I do because like
I don't like straight lettuce.
but I won't. If it's like a specific, like I'll eat a Caesar or I'll eat like.
There needs to be like some like dressing or something.
It needs to be a like pretty exciting salad.
Yeah, it can have a little
Okay,
fixins.
Like I don't like
Yeah,
lettuce
but,
on
like-
like sandwiches. I don't like lettuce on tacos.
Okay, that's weird.
Okay.
Okay, Cooper time.
Fun fact: Mason Blair also doesn't like lettuce. That's why we're best friends.
How about pickles?
You don't like pickles or you do?
I do like pickles.
I like
love
pickles.
I
I'm
don't
a
like
big
big
pickle
pickles.
person.
I like
Do you ever drink the
See,
pickle
me
juice out of the
too.
jar?
The
I like
opposite
pouring
happened
it
for me
on
with olives when I was really little. I loved olives. I don't like them now.
Yeah.
I'm not having a great
The
day.
texture of olives is really what gets me. I don't like
You
it.
didn't have, like the food?
No, my insurance charged me $5,000 for something random. Yeah, not great.
What? He's not on my phone list.
I love pickles.
Yeah,
What's your favorite brand of pickle?
I don't have a brand, but I really like, what is it? I like the sweet and sour ones personally. I put them on like everything.
Really?
I put them on literally everything. I put
That's
them on.
my parents like the bread and butter ones. Have you ever had those?
Oh yeah, the bread and butters are the
Hate
ones I
them.
like.
I hate
Bread
them.
and butter are horrible.
They're
What?
not my favorite.
No, they're
No, I like the Grillos ones because that's like really garlicky.
I guess.
So good.
I don't like dill pickles personally, but like, I mean, I can like them, but they have to be like really they have to be like
Oh, they gotta be
really
strong.
they have to be really salty. Either
Yeah.
really salty or really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like a cornichon. Like
A what?
cornichon with tiny pickles.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes-
You like the tiny pickles, you freak.
Okay,
Sometimes.
so these are my favorite pickles in the whole wide world.
Is it Clausen's?
No.
What is it?
It's the Vlasic Zesty Dill Holes.
Huh, is that
So good.
Huh. No one was. I don't know where it comes from, but I know my grandma's Polish, and she used to get us these pickles all the time from like this random Polish store down where I lived. Really good, although I have no idea what brand it is, so I'm just
Yeah.
like stuck without knowing it. And this was like, yeah, she doesn't get them anymore.
No, me and my father order these in bulk from Amazon.
That's crazy. Give me more minutes.
But you guys will also hate my Subway order.
It's definitely just like
Sure.
Like you need to
it's
just
definitely
stop
just like
outing
bread,
yourself.
bread, meat, and cheese. That's it.
Wait, no, okay. So, turkey provolone, tomato, extra pickle.
Oh
And then I
gosh.
asked them to like keep loading on the pickles. Like this is like a 60% pickle sandwich, and then oil and vinegar.
And you put more vinegar on it? Alright, girl.
I guess that's a bit. I don't know. I guess if you like, did you consider maybe adding salt so it's not as soggy?
Do you like the
I like
Oh,
the
I
sauce.
think she likes the sauce.
I like the sauce.
I think we cracked the code. She likes it soggy.
Wait, I do. I'd rather have a pub sub that's like been in the cooler all day on the go.
Ew!
Pub subs are amazing. I love pubs.
I love the sauce. Oh
Pub subs are better than Subway. I will add that. So much better.
I'm like, oh my gosh, like full body chills. Like it's disgusting.
You guys will never talk to me ever again.
No, I'm just never gonna eat with you. Oh, ew.
Okay,
ew,
so
ew.
like hypothetically, let's say you have a sandwich, okay, and it like was to like fall in a bucket of water.
Ew.
Would you like eat it? Like
No, don't say that's crazy. Because
Hey, what if
but,
it fell
like,
in a
just for,
bucket
like,
of
a second,
vinegar?
like,
Let's
it's
talk
not,
about
like,
that.
soaking
like,
it,
yeah,
but,
like, genuinely,
like-
if it fell in a bucket of the Publix Boar's sub sauce, I would pick that back up.
Okay, I see. Yes.
Like, genuinely, the Boar's sub sauce, I like
Oh, I love the sub sauce. They're so good.
so good.
Personally, what I get is I like my Italian, so I get an Italian with lots and lots of mayo. I just tell them keep adding mayo. I love mayonnaise. I love mayonnaise.
I like it.
Mayo's good.
Mayo,
Okay.
But I'm not
especially
like-
Publix mayo is good.
I'm not like load me up on that mayo. Like keep going. Like I'm
But keep the pickles, just keep it. And
Pickles are good. I usually get like two
I like
different
that with
types
sour
of pickles
cream.
when I
I
get-
love sour cream.
I don't love sour cream.
So good.
I don't like sour cream.
Alright,
I don't
okay.
yeah,
I'll leave.
it's your
No, I just don't. No, I just don't see the vision.
Guys, freshman year rolling Subway, they were having
Wrong.
supply chain issues, and so when I asked for my extra pickles, they're like, we can't give you extra pickles. I'm like, I'm literally getting like 2 topics.
Are you guys ready for the next interview, or?
Yeah.
I mean we have 1 minute, but yeah.
They probably think we're discussing something
Oh, she's
important.
Hi. Welcome in. Nice to meet you. And how do you say your name? Is it? How do you say your name? Nil. Awesome. No, thank you so much. Nice to meet you. So how this is gonna work? We're gonna be asking you 3 questions. It's gonna be a total of 5 minutes. Super short, super easy, just to see if you'll be a good fit within the Student Senate. And then just to confirm before we get started, you're going to be applying for the off-campus replacement seat. Awesome. For summer B.
Yes.
Okay, let me. Amazing. Okay, so 3 questions. We're just gonna jump right into it. What are your motivations for applying to the Student Senate?
So I'm a little bit around very and I'm like 15 different schools and you have to 16 home. Just having that much of a global experience and perspective, I've gained so much knowledge and insights into different cultures, different backgrounds of what, and I've gained this experience and skill of observing the differences among schools. And coming to UF my first semester, and right now I've been observing some improvements that the school can do, and I've gained some ideas and experiences as well along the way. And just having that global perspective and experience, I want to use that to contribute to my community here, which is my main motivation.
Awesome. And then what experiences do you have that would make you a good fit in this position?
Right, so just adding on to that global experience, I've served as club president or just the student government in general in my high school and then middle school as well. In Turkey, from France to Greece to the United States, and about 4 different states in the US. And just those experiences have contributed so much to my personality and as well as my professional growth. One of my favorite experiences is to serve as a public speaker and log the entire Element Association for women's advancement in the STEM field. And that has also sparked my passion for like international relations and international affairs like the United Nations. And so these experiences, for example, I've led projects in my school that has reached a permanent status, like the projects, for example, feminine hygiene drives. We've collected thousands of pads of tampons, and the club has ultimately reached a permanent status in the school, where that experience has sparked my passion for law and advocacy in my community here. And right now I'm serving as a council member for the Freshman Leadership Council, and we have led so many programming events, and as well as given TED Talk, and we will be headed to the United Nations next month. So these experiences overall has led to many ideas that I have for Student Senate, and I actually have here I can give it to you guys right now.
Awesome.
So those are my main passions. Yeah.
Awesome. And then what ideas do you have if you were to be selected for this role?
So this is my resume, these are my ideas. I have 4 ideas in total, which are, I believe, my strongest ones. My favorite one so far is the safe route map. So personally, I've experienced this with my friends as well as my community in general. Late night walks here are not very safe, unfortunately. And when we are taking a route, for example, I live in Theory, and just going to my apartment, there's 2 main routes to take. And at 11 p.m. coming back from the library, I was walking alone with my friend, and I approached this girl, and this girl said, "Oh, you should turn back. It's a little bit weird down there. You should take the other way." And so I took the other way, the way I don't really use. And that made me realize that there's this app in Istanbul, I'm from Istanbul, Turkey, where you could check the safety of the usual routes, like the traffic safety or just the general safety of routes. And people anonymously report their thoughts and insights, or just at the time, and it's just in real time. So you're like, okay, that route is not safe, I should not go there after 10 p.m., so I should go the other way. I think UF can really implement a safe route map, something like that, in an already existing platform like the UF app, where students, before they leave the library or before going out, before just going into any event, there's multiple ways to get to a location, and they just want to go to the safest way possible. I think that's really possible. I've seen it in my city, in a very big city, and it is very possible. I think another thing would be an off-campus living hub. So living in an apartment, I live in Theory, and we have already a maintenance system, but some apartments don't have that. And even just dealing with maintenance problems or roommate conflict or any sort of lease conflict alone is a lot of responsibilities. We have additional responsibilities to face, and just at 13 years old, moving to the US, I've experienced legal documentation, medical, and tax documentation, as well as visas, because my parents didn't speak English coming here, and so didn't I. And so off-campus students and as well as international students face additional responsibilities like this, and I think having a 24/7 live support provided by the student government, student center, or just UF in general, with a collaboration with the Legal Service Office would be very effective, and also create like an inclusive environment for students. This would bring like immediate support. So for example, let's say you have like a lease conflict or like tenant rights. Most students don't know those things. I learned just because I lived in many different houses around the world. I think just having support for online or even in-person support like that would be very beneficial for students, and those are my 2 favorite ideas, but I haven't more detailedly explained here. I can't give it to you guys right now.
Awesome, yeah, we love it. Thanks. And then that's time for your general questions, and then the last thing that we have for you is, do you have any questions for us?
I actually do have one question. What are your expectations for the upcoming term, or just the 2026-27 year that the Senate wants to reach? Like, are there any certain goals or just expectations you guys want from us?
Yeah, I think a big kind of internal goal for Senate as a whole is kind of streamlining our procedures and kind of making sure that all of what we're doing is legal, obviously, but also making sure that we're always working towards a better UF. And then in terms of like kind of legislative goals, every senator kind of has their own little agenda of what they want to do pertaining to whatever seat they're in. So it kind of depends on who you ask. But I think that's kind of the beauty of Senate, that everyone is able to kind of work on the things that they're passionate about and make real tangible change here.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you so much for coming in. We'll get back to you shortly about the results.
Perfect. Thank you so much again.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
You too.
Alright, last one.
Woo.
Was there?
Should be.
God, this table is so loud.
I know. Oh, good. Okay, perfect.
I'm sorry, I literally, it's like, why is it just this? Let me see, if I move it to the side? It's where the fuck is it that's doing this?
I love Brooke. She's literally the funniest person.
Do you like cucumbers?
No.
Oh.
Love
I like
pickles, hate
cucumbers in things.
That's agreed, I like that.
Like, I wouldn't just like
Yeah.
No, genuinely,
eat a cucumber.
the taste
True.
of cucumbers is repulsive.
Oh.
Like,
Logan.
Logan,
All the way
She's
up.
not upstairs.
muffin.
Oh. She's not up there. Oh my god.
This one's an in-person, I assume, then?
Mm-hmm. Or at least there's no submission for a phone interview. Which means we're supposed to assume.
Maybe they just don't want to talk to me.
I think that's it. I think you walk out and then they're probably
You're so
gone.
scary.
Yeah, that's my guess. I don't know. I would run away if I saw you. Ha ha ha. Okay, good. My hair's falling out. Okay, perfect. Good. 2 more minutes, and then we're done by default.
Do you guys have any more interviews at all, or is this just done for the day?
Oh, this is the last one.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
She's a very long resume.
How many seats were open?
It's double-sided.
A lot.
There's a business, a soft.
I think it was like 30. Oh wait, open? Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Okay,
wow.
wait.
But not too many where we don't have quorum.
30.
Ah, okay.
Yay.
Congratulations.
30.
30 seats
30 seats are open.
and 1 committee seat.
Jeez Louise.
It's a lot.
It's a big resume. It's a good resume too.
Oh, also
She's a
she's like a
humanities.
piano prodigy. Like she played at Carnegie Hall.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh, it's on here.
yeah, that's a very.
I low-key need to work on my resume. It's
Wait,
just
I
like
need to
so
put
weird.
Irish Dance at the White House on my resume.
Yeah.
You put
3
you,
times.
you what?
3 times?
I have Irish Dance at the White House.
Oh my, that's cool.
Thanks.
Not as fun of a fact as ISO country.
Yeah, that's
That's
all
good for
because
everyone.
that's good or
Irish
anything.
Dance in Florida was an Irish Dance at the White House.
Wait, Monica, see
Oh my gosh. Maybe. Debatable. But I did. I've also done it at the Kennedy Center
Ooh.
and the National Stadium, and I've been on a team that's won worlds.
Oh my, congrats.
Thanks,
You
guys.
think I could get an Irish dancer?
What?
You think I could get an Irish dancer?
Yeah.
Think I could do it?
Anyone can do it.
Are you Irish by chance, or?
No, Murphy is not. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, yeah, I'm very Irish.
I didn't realize that you're
Yeah,
like,
no, Murphy's like a super Irish place.
Yeah,
It's like every other bar in Ireland is like Murphy's pub.
true.
It's great. Okay, well, that concludes our interview period. Do I hear any motions?
Motion to recess until callback by the chair.
Bye.
Unanimous consent.
Can you remake the motion?
I motion for recess until callback by the chair by unanimous consent.
Do I hear any objections? Hearing none, that motion passes. Bang. Okay. Break time. Who's excited? Me. It's me. I'm excited.
Could really go for a soggy sandwich right now.
Is Subway even open today? I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah,
this.
Subway is like the one place that is open.
Okay.
If I had to guess.
And I think Panda's open on Sundays.
Oh, I hope. It's the only reason I'm coming.
So true, so true. What's your favorite order?
The honey sesame chicken. It's the best.
They stopped making it.
Terribly did not. I got it like 2 days ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And I might get it again today. But
Wait, because that's my favorite. And I've been getting.
How long until you guys are gonna? How long until the meeting's gonna restart?
So call back in the chair.
Yeah, until call back with you. We'll be back soon.
Okay.
yeah, ours